Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to Texas Pew Pew Reviews. Today we are going to be talking about the Freedom Finger Trigger for the Taurus Tx22, which is chambered in 22 caliber, simple rimfire. First things first, as always, you want to make sure your weapon is clear. As you guys can see, there is no magazine in the firearm. Clear here as well, nice and neat. And basically for this install, we're going to be installing, as I mentioned, the FFT22 TX Taurus FRT. In my words, I like to call them RFSDs for Rapid Freedom Seed Dispensers. If y'all hear that, just know your boy came up with that. So for today's install, all you're going to need is a punch block if you have one. If not, I've heard some people use a simple roll of tape. You're going to need a 1/16 punch to drive out pins and a simple little mallet to punch those pins out, and of course your firearm, so let's not forget about that. And of course your FRT. What you see here is not the current FRT. This is the original disconnector from the firearm. It's already been replaced, but I'll walk you through a quick simple step just to give you guys an idea how to install this. So first, what you want to do is you want to slide back the firearm gently, pull down on the slide release, slide forward, and it comes off in one. The top slide portion, you're just going to put it off to the side. You won't be needing to mess with that at all whatsoever. First things first is you want to make sure that you're going to drive out these 4 little pins. 1, 2, 3, 4. So go ahead and drive those 4 pins out. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like, as I've already had a little bit of practice driving these out. Got 1, set it off to the side. You don't want to lose those. 2. Now mind you, it is 9:45 in the morning. I did just get off of work at about 5:30, and of course had to jump into the daddy duties and take my daughter to school about 7:20, and I've been up since then. So I'm doing this for you guys. A lot of people ask me, when is your next video? I've had coworkers talk about, hey, when's your next video? And you know what, I do this for them, so I appreciate everybody that follows. Make sure you take a moment to like, subscribe, and comment anything you would like down below in the comments. You can also follow me on Instagram at TXPewPew_reviews. And if you're big into TikTok, which I'm not that big on TikTok, but I will do it for others that do enjoy that platform, it is at TXPewPew.reviews. So got the 4 pins out. Once you get the 4 pins out, you'll be taking out the, some people take out the trigger assembly and of course the mechanism here on the rear. I like just to do both. So basically you're just going to lift up gently on the rear, lift up gently on the front, kind of use your fingers on the bottom to push up on the trigger, and then slide this all out as one, just so you know what you're dealing with. And this, you can just place it off to the side. You won't be needing that. Move your block over. Now when this assembly portion, trigger assembly, comes off, just make sure you do not lose this little spring here. I did have that spring come off during the initial install, and I wasn't too sure where it came from, so I probably spent about 30 minutes looking up a TX22 diagram, trying to find out what this little spring. Luckily, I came across a video, and the guy mentioned not to lose that spring, which exactly is what I did. I didn't lose it, but it did fall out, and I didn't know where it came from. So luckily, he showed exactly where it goes, and it goes just right inside there. That's going to go there, and then that's just going to slide up. So place that off to the side as well. You won't be needing to deal with that. Next, here on this portion, what you want to do is you want to remove your safeties here and here. They basically are just clamped together. So what you can do is you can take a flathead screwdriver, or if you're lazy and you didn't want to get up and get one, you can just simply take a key, wedge it in there, and basically twist. One side of the safety will come off, and then the other portion will just simply fall right out. Once that happens, you can simply place those 2 off to the side. And just keep in mind that one side goes in, let that focus for you. One side goes in one way, and then the other side just snaps right in. Always be mindful of your orientation of the tools that you're working with. That way you can always refer back to other videos and cross-reference if you need to. So flipping this around, basically what we're going to be doing now is we are going to be, as you can see in there, that is the FRT, or the force reset trigger. And basically the way that I got that out, well, the original disconnector, was once your safeties are removed, you will literally have to drive this pin out here. Okay. Now, keep in mind, you don't need to drive that pin out so far that it comes all the way out the opposite side. You simply just need to drive it far enough up to here to allow the disconnector, which originally looks like this, to come out. Once that happens, you can then place your 1/16 punch inside to act as a guide rod as you turn over and start to punch the pin back in to where it grabs the FRT. Now, the FRT, can't really give you the best picture because I've already installed it, but when you look at the FRT, this hook portion here wants to drive in from the top first, obviously with the hole being towards the right hand side to where it lines up with the hole, and then of course, as I mentioned before, you simply just drive that pin back in. Once you drive that pin back in, that's pretty much it. You basically just reverse the process and insert your safety. Again, one side only goes in one way, and it's actually guided by this little notch that's a part of the safety. So you can't really go wrong on that, which then leads you to the next step of simply just pressing the other side in. What I did was, if you can't squeeze it all the way, I simply place it here on my mat and basically just tap here quite a bit with a little bit of force to basically clamp those back together. Once that's done, you're pretty much done. Do keep in mind though, however, that as you're punching these pins out on this big pin here can tend to slide out. Now, you don't want that to happen because of course you'll open up a whole nother can of worms. So basically all you got to do is I put a piece of masking tape around from here to here to kind of keep that in there as I'm banging and grooving on this, installing this FRT here. So now you got your FRT in, you got your safeties back on, you got your trigger assembly here, and you got your firearm housing. Now, again, basically here, we want to take this hook portion and basically slide it right into that little slot. Once we do that, we can allow the other side to simply rest gently on that shelf. You guys see that? Now, once that's resting gently there, I simply just, oh, there it goes. Don't lose that spring there. Just place that down. Get that little spring back up. Slide that onto the pin. And put that spring on that shelf. Come on now, don't give me a hard time. And you'll feel it fall right in and lock in place just like that. So again, set that guide rod in there. That'll rest on the shelf. And now we can kind of just simply lay it in. Right? Just be gentle with it. All kind of just falls right into place. Now the back might get a little off. Just make sure that's in there. Make sure the other side has a little leg portion in. And then you can simply just, set that down. Or on the shelf like so. That'll kind of fall right into place there. Again, you have that little hook on there, and this lever will just kind of sit on that shelf. Once that happens, you can just push back, push down, make sure everything, you can kind of see the holes shine right through there for the pins. You know you're lined up pretty well. Same thing there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Drive those 4 pins back in. Little tap, push down. Drive that pin, 2, 3, 4. You can use your got that, and the last one. Almost flush. Give it another tap, and you're good. So that's it. Got our 4 pins back in. Got our little FRT raising up there. And basically, you just line your slide back up. Give it a little push. Slide back. And of course, hold gently. And you should feel the pressure on your finger there. Now we head to the range and see if we could set that in right. Thanks for watching. We'll be back shortly. Peace.